Welcome to day 7 of the Showing Up Yoga Challenge. We made it. We're here. If you have done all 7 days, I just want to give you a second to celebrate yourself because it's not nothing, man. Showing up, making a commitment, and following through on it is hard to do. So give yourself a little pat on the back to just celebrate that you've made it here and you showed up regardless of whatever was going on for you over the last period of time that you committed to this. And thank you for joining me. If you are watching this in real time, I do have my upcoming program, Perfectly Imperfect, a yoga community for better body image, that is starting next week. So this is an amazing 3-month program that I've offered before to much success, and I'm so excited to offer it again. Anybody who has, had difficult relationship with their body, with a history of disordered eating or eating disorders, and who's looking to have more peace is very welcome to come. And we're going to have multiple live yoga classes every week. We'll have weekly body image activity sessions, as well as several yoga education and yoga philosophy sessions to talk about yoga and stress and the relationship between all of that. And our relationships with our bodies, dieting, and all of that stuff. So it's an amazing little community to be yourself, to be connected to other people who have similar experiences and want to go about changing from the inside out, right? Whether we change on the outside, we don't know. But what we do know is that trying to feel better about ourselves by changing how we look is not a sustainable practice. Maybe you do know that, maybe you don't. For those of us who have gotten to that point, we're going about it in a different way, right? And so that's where I come in with this program. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And otherwise, without further ado, we're going to get to our final practice of this 7-day challenge. And we're going to do a seated practice today. So you can go ahead, get down on your mat. We'll be staying there, and let's get to practicing. Let's begin with just a comfortable seat. So whatever that looks like for you, you're welcome to sit how I'm sitting. You might be comfortable sitting cross-legged. It's often nice to have something to sit on especially if you're sitting cross-legged, and just depending on your anatomy, to lift the hips up. So if you have a folded blanket, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. A folded blanket, a cushion, a block even. Sometimes it just feels more comfortable with the hips lifted, especially if we're sitting for a little bit of a longer period of time. So we're going to take a moment in our seat to just settle in, to connect to this moment through our breath, through our sensations, like the feeling of the floor underneath you, maybe the feeling of the air or your clothes on your skin. And we'll take a few nice deep breaths, allowing the abdomen and the chest to expand on the inhalation. And letting that exhale be nice and complete, maybe even drawing the navel in towards the spine, the end of that exhale. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here. All right, when you're ready, start to just gently let the head fall side to side. So ear towards the shoulder and then back. And I want to invite you to honor your edges here rather than feeling like you have to push into the stretch. Maybe just kind of easing gently towards the stretch and then easing away from it before it gets too intense. So I know I have a lot of tension in the sides of my neck, and the idea here is that as we continue nice and slow, side to side, our muscles are going to gently start to open up and relax in a way that is safe, rather, again, than pushing into something right off the bat, forcing something. Keeping our breath moving, keeping our shoulders relaxed, so you can check back in with them and just kind of settle them down if you've noticed them lifting. I'm going to do one more on each side after this. And then making my way back to center and shifting to lowering and lifting. So chin towards the chest and then up towards the ceiling. And same idea here. Just honoring the resistance. Option to inhale as you lift, exhale as you lower. One more time, up and down. And back to center. All right, final head movement here. I'm going to turn to look towards the left and then to the right. And let's go for 4 or 5 rounds. So this is my, I don't know if that's my second or third. We'll call it my second. And I'm going to do one more here. Coming back to center, and I'm going to start to make some circles with my torso here. Now, if your back is getting tired and you want to lie down, you can. Feel free to lie down on your back, and then you could be making circles with your knees and towards your chest here instead of circling with the torso. I'm starting small and I'm kind of allowing these circles to start to get bigger. Feel free to adjust your legs as you make these circles if you feel like a different shape would be more comfortable or feel better for you. And then at some point, if you want to switch directions and do a few circles going the other way, you can switch. And making our way back to center. And I'm going to take my right arm up to the sky, my left hand to the floor. Inhaling here, exhaling, leaning to the left. Inhaling back up. Exhaling to the right. And that principle that I offered with the head movements, right? The idea of honoring the resistance, can apply everywhere, especially as we kind of continue a practice. So not feeling like you have to Go as far as you possibly can. It's just kind of a gentle warming up. And then I am going to pause here with my left hand at the floor, right arm overhead. And I'm going to take a few breaths. Option if you want to move your arm around, or you can just keep it still. Maybe even seeing how each one feels, right? How does it feel to hold it? How does it feel to move it? And then going with whatever feels best to you today. Maybe one more breath on that side and switching when you're ready. And coming on back. All right, from here, I'm gonna offer some twisting. So I'm gonna take my hands to my knees, and I'm just gonna start to bring my left hand in towards my hip as my right hand moves forward, and I turn towards the left, and then switching, left hand forward, right hand back as I go to the right. Option to try inhaling as you move through center, exhaling as you twist. Again, starting nice and gentle and maybe slowly expanding the range of motion as you go. Remembering you can, turn your head to extend your twist. You can even turn your eyes behind you to extend your twist. And then I'm going to pause here, twisting to the right, taking my right hand behind me. Left hand maybe stays on the inside of the left, or it could cross over, holding on to the outside of the right. And we'll take maybe 3 or 4 breaths here. So good for the spine and for digestion. And then we'll unwind when you're ready and gently, slowly move into the twist on the other side. When you're ready, we'll unwind, and I'm going to come forward into a forward fold here. So again, legs in any position that you like. You could cross them, you could bring one leg in, keep both legs out. And just tilting forward. Hands could stay behind you, hands could stay on the legs, or maybe come in front. And just going as far forward as feels good to you. Always welcome to bend the knees here or to get some blocks for support under the knees. Or you could focus on keeping the legs straight, and depending on your flexibility here, you might even just sit tall with the legs straight if you already feel a stretch, right? We don't want to force anything. Hi everybody, you're in your forward fold, so give yourself another couple of breaths. Stay in it as long as you want to, and when you're ready to, you can come out. You can also just stay in it as you listen to me explain what's going on, which is that I lost track of time and realized that I was late for an appointment while I was in that forward fold. So I had to come out, and then the rest of the day kind of got away from me, so I wasn't able to get back on the mat to finish. I'm gonna let that be okay. I'm gonna invite you to maybe give yourself a couple of shoulder rolls going backwards as you come out of your forward fold. Take a couple of breaths. Check in with yourself and see if there's anything else that you need or want from your practice today. If there's a stretch, a shape that would feel good to you. Maybe you want to take a few minutes to lie down and to relax in Shavasana. Maybe you just are ready to move on with your day. I'm going to offer a few Oms and the Shantis to end just from here. So again, you can let this be the signifier of your end of the practice, or maybe you have more to do after this, but I do want to close out together with you with those Oms. So again, as always, you're welcome to join me for these, to just listen or to hum along to feel the vibration. So we'll take a nice deep breath in to start. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Thank you so much for practicing with me. See you next time.